Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 78 of the video podcast, Me and My Dog and Some Yarn. Today is December 9th, 2016. It's a Friday. And I cannot believe Christmas is here, guys. Where has the time gone? First, I want to apologize for being gone. I had a really bad, nasty cold or sinus infection for 2 weeks. And I didn't feel like doing anything. I didn't even knit. That's how sick I felt. So I felt much better. I received that from my dad. My mom had it for 2 weeks. She passed it on to my dad. He had it for 2 weeks and he insisted on coming to work with me and was very sweet to share. So I had it for 2 weeks. And then I gave it to my husband over Thanksgiving and he had it. He didn't have it quite as long. I don't know if he had something different and maybe I didn't really give him something, but he had it for about 4 or 5 days and that was it. And he didn't have the cough that came with it. It seemed like every time I went to talk, I would start coughing. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't film in November. But I thought of you guys and I missed you. Also, I have to have hand surgery coming up probably in January. I've had carpal tunnel for a while now, but it hasn't been bad enough to operate. And then over the summer, it started giving me a lot of trouble. So I finally went back in and he said, yeah, it's time to go ahead and do some surgery. So that's scheduled for January. I am not looking forward to that. Um, I have a great doctor. I know he'll do a good job, but I am the kind of person who likes to stay busy, and I don't know that I can handle not using my right hand for a few days. And then once it heals after a few days, I can't pick up anything heavy uh, for a while. So that's going to be really difficult because I like to knit and sew and play with the animals and work out in the garden and cook and all kinds of things. So that's going to be crazy. That's going to be hard, but I'll get through it. So, how have you guys been? I have missed you guys. Um, I've decorated for Christmas, as you guys can see, and I'm in the kitchen or breakfast area of my kitchen. And I have played around with the lighting and I cannot get it to look right. I know I have a shadow on this side of my face, and I'm sorry. I have twisted around in different directions. I've opened up blinds, shut blinds, turned on lights, turned off lights. It's just, I can't get it. But I wanted you guys to see my kitchen tree. So I decided to just go with it. This is the best it can be. And hopefully it's not too distracting to you. So yeah, I decorated for Christmas. We came back. We went out of town for Thanksgiving. And when we came back 2 days early. And while my husband was in bed sick, I pulled out the Christmas and decorated. And I have 2 trees up, which I usually do. And this is my kitchen tree. And I've been doing this for about 10 years at least. And I collect kitchen ornaments that relate to kitchen things like chefs and mixing electric mixers and um, food items like I think there's a corn dog and a clove of garlic and cheese and strawberries and popcorn and peanuts. There's all kinds of different things on this tree. And it's really fun. One year for Christmas, my sister-in-law and her family came over, and my niece, Billy Ann, was probably about 6 years old, and we played I Spy with the tree, and I would say, I spy a peanut, and she would look for the peanut, and then I would say, I spy a Santa on a bicycle holding a pizza, and she would look for it, and we played that for, at least 30 minutes. She just had the best time. So the tree brings us happy memories and it's fun. I like to have it on when I'm in the kitchen making cookies or cooking for my family. So anyways, I might do a little tour of the tree and put it on YouTube so you guys can see the ornaments because there's some really cute ones on there. And it makes me happy. So anyways, I guess I'll go ahead and get started. I don't have a long podcast because I'm going to do the winners in a separate episode for the Socktimber knit along, which went from September through November. It was a 3-month sock knit along, and there were some fabulous socks being made over those 3 months. And I really need to tally up the points correctly, so I will do that this weekend, and I will film a short little knit along prize announcement video. So watch for that this weekend if you participated. And I guess I'll go ahead and get started. I announced new members last time, but I forgot to tag you guys in the thread. So I did that this morning. So I'm sorry it took me a month to do that. I really thought I had done that. And when I went back to see what podcast number I was on and who I already introduced, I realized I hadn't done that. So I apologize if you got tagged this morning for an October podcast thread. That's why. I was just scatterbrained and thought I had done it. So this time around we have 2 new members to the group. We have 17 did, and that's Thea, and she is from Houston. So welcome to the podcast group. And then we have Sharon Sews Fine, and that is Sharon, and she is from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I can't speak today. So welcome, Sharon and Thea. I appreciate you guys joining the group, and I look forward to getting to know you in the threads. Okay, so announcements. I just told you about Socktimber. I'm going to announce that in a separate thread. And then we still have the toy along going on right now. That is the PHN Toy Cow. So you can either knit or crochet a toy, and that goes through December 31st. So you guys need to get your toys going. I know there's some fabulous toys already, but you guys, if y'all are already knitting toys, this is the perfect time to go ahead and enter them into the thread and win a prize. The rules are all listed in the thread, so I won't go over that in detail, but I will tell you if you knit a Franciscan Gypsy design, you get an extra point. And this is actually hosted by Pin Hook and Needles podcast, which is Talia, who is Franciscan Gypsy, and Marlisha, who is Lady Furtico. And I'm one of the co-hosts, and then Maureen, who is the Victorian Studio podcast, is the other co-host. So if you're making a toy, make sure you double dip into those podcast groups so you can have a better chance at winning a prize. And I'm still collecting prizes, and I do have a new donor of a prize, and that is Mama for Earth, and that is Linda, and she makes the fabulous patterns for just the cutest toys. You have to go check her out if you are not aware of her. She's donating a prize. She graciously agreed to donate a pattern of your choice from her pattern designs. So go check them out. She has a really cute shark, and she has a camel and a hedgehog, which I think is my favorite, but it's hard to decide. She has a cat and an elephant, and oh my goodness, they are just so cute. So go check her out. That is Mama for Earth, MAMMA, the number 4 and Earth. So please check that out, and thank you, Linda, for donating a prize to our podcast group. So what else, guys? Whips. Okay, so my hand has been hurting, so I haven't done a whole lot, but I just can't put my needles down. I misplaced, I don't know how you do this, but obviously I can do this easily. I misplaced 2 sets of needles that I was using for my sock blankets. I don't know how I did it, but they're gone. I have the sock blankets, I have all the scrap yarn, but no needles. So I'm not sure how one does that, but evidently I'm good at it because I lost 2 sets. So I picked up my crochet sock blanket. I love this thing. I actually have been working on it so much that I ran out of the black yarn that I'm using to join the squares together. So I'm going to have to make um, an order at Knit Picks for the black stroll fingering weight yarn or sock weight yarn that I have been using to do the blanket. And you guys, it's getting pretty big, as you guys can see. This is where I left off over here. But as you can see, it is really getting long. I love this. I love the black. I think it really makes the colors pop. And you guys, this one is the closest to being done. And I guess because it's crochet and it goes faster. But I really, really love this one. So, what do you do when you lose 2 sets of knitting needles? You order more knitting needles. Yes, I ordered more knitting needles. The Knit Pro Zines from Daramores. They sell to the US even though they are in the UK. And I've ordered some and they should be here shortly. I ordered them last Tuesday. So they usually come in about a week, 2 weeks at the most. So we are getting close to the 2 week mark. And I'm hoping that they come this weekend so I can continue to work on a blanket because I'm stuck on the crochet blanket without the black to join them. So I am also knitting on a pair of socks for my husband, and of course I don't have them over here. I didn't have them over here last time either, and I apologize for that, but you can go check out my project page. They are Harvest Festival socks, which is the pattern that I published for free back in October. And these are from my husband, so I went up a needle size and used the same stitch count. And I finished one whole sock, which I'm really upset I did not bring them over here. But I'm not good at editing, so I will just show you next time. I finished one sock, and then I have got more than half of a sock finished. They're top down, so I started at the cuff, and I did the leg, and the heel turn, and the gusset, and I'm starting on the decrease for the foot. So that is exciting. He will have a pair of socks probably within the next week, I hope. Yeah, I do have one finished object, which these are my monkey socks. And ta-da, they're finished. I love them. They are the monkey socks. The pattern is free on knitty.com. They are by Cookie A, and I have had these in my queue forever. I've always wanted to knit these, and I finally decided to knit them, and I love them. The pattern is great, but I found out that I don't really like to do pattern socks. I like to just do plain stockinette vanilla socks or something with a pattern that I can remember, like my Harvest Festival. These I really had to concentrate and be sure I knew exactly where I was, and I think it's like 9-row repeat, so I really, really had to pay attention. That is why they took me longer. But I love them. I did one less repeat on the leg because I don't like a really long sock on me. So everything else was the same for the pattern. I did the more of a box toe, which I normally like a round toe, but I just followed the pattern, and that's what the pattern had on there. So anyways, I love these. The sock yarn is Lone Star Arts, and she is a local Texas yarn dyer. And yeah, the colorway is Sunflower. So anyways, that's all I have. Again, I will announce winners for the Socktimber knit along this weekend, so be watching for that. And later this evening, when the light's a little better in here, I might try to film a little bit of a tree tour, if you will, of ornaments. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Advent and December, and I hope you guys don't stress yourself out too much about Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. Um, yeah, this is a really busy time with buying gifts and baking and things like that. And this year, I'm just told myself I'm not stressing myself out. If it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. So I hope you will do the same and enjoy your holiday season. Anyways, I will talk to you this weekend with the winners, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. If you did not participate in the Socktimber, then you won't need to watch, but if you did, look for that this weekend. Thanks, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.